Hello guys, welcome back to Campus Focus TV. My name is Molly Maribe and today we are going to be talking about body shaming. So I know most of us have heard about body shaming and we have never really sat down to divulge about the details of body shaming, what effects it has on people who have actually gone through it and how it can be curbed in our current society. So today on set we're going to be having a guest who has gone through body shaming and who is actually one of the advocates who are fighting against it. So with me on set is Purity. Let me give her a chance to introduce herself. Hi, Purity.
Hi, Molly.
Please tell us a bit about yourself.
I'm Purity Kinyanjui, a student at Kenyatta University, pursuing Bachelor of Arts in Sociology and Psychology. I'm also passionate about mentorship, and I love mentoring, especially our generation. And yeah, today I'm here to speak about body shaming.
Oh, thank you so much. So this is our guest. So tell us, what to you is body shaming, first of all?
Body shaming was more of just as it is, body shaming, making fun of somebody's body and outlook, without noticing that it has a lot of effects to them, from self-esteem to the way they look at themselves. Yeah, it goes so deep.
So the notion people usually have is that people who go through body shaming mostly need people who are actually really big, but I think also people who are really skinny also go through body shaming, right?
Actually, not only the people who are skinny and so plus size, it also goes a long way, such that people who are short, extra tall, skin tone, it's just so diverse. So everyone, depending on just how your body is, yeah.
So for you, how was body shaming done to you?
2 years ago. Okay, actually, yeah, it's 3 years. We can call it 3 years. I was plus size, so I really got to be plus size after primary. So for me, it all began from the home setting, and your relatives and everything. Everyone is calling you. I remember in a certain situation when I was so young. I was like 12. So I was out playing with my cousins, and I remember my aunts calling me, and they were like, you really have a big tummy, just look at how big it is. And mine is so small, yet I have 2 kids, and it really ran deep, because my uncles too were like, anakaa kama mama, and that really it really went so deep. So yeah, I struggled on my own, trying to find my ways to accept myself and love myself more. Somehow I just got to come to terms with it, but not so much. It was more of a shell that I created, and anybody who tried to tell me that I was plump and giving me advice on how to lose weight, I just cut them off and I became rude. Yeah, so coming down the line, high school wasn't that bad, but remember the wounds that I hadn't healed from in primary. So when I came to campus, I had this beautiful friend. She's really beautiful to date. So I mean, this is the age when you're looking for a boyfriend or something. So when I came to campus, she was the friend that I used to walk with every time. So I remember in a situation, several instances when we would walk together and a guy would come and tell me, excuse me, I just want you to give us time. I want to speak to your friend, and all this time I'm like, okay, yeah, she's pretty, but can't anybody see me, you see? So to a point that, the standards as a lady that you normally have for a guy that you want to come in your life. So I just stooped so low to a point that I was like, anybody who comes, I'll dive deep. And yeah, I think my prayers were answered.
So allow me to backtrack a little bit. So when your family members and your aunties and uncles were body shaming you, telling you, you look so big, did you ever think about articulating it, like saying, this is not nice? Did you ever tell them about it?
Definitely, I spoke up. I spoke up because I'm very vocal. especially with something that is affecting me or affecting somebody who's around me. So when I got vocal, I mean, the thing they would tell me, you're being rude, you're young, you should listen to your elders. So that is where I just came to the point that, anyway, let me just keep quiet. But now, anytime that they ever tried again, I became rude. I didn't care anymore of what they'd say.
So did this affect your friendships in school? And also you see how like kids play in school, kuna zile games kama police and robber. Were there things you tried to avoid because of probably how you felt and how you looked?
Yeah, a lot. Like when I was in high school, I tried out some games. This is the age where you're just trying to understand yourself and where you really lie. So I tried handball, and I was chased away because I was told I'm not fit. I went to basketball, and I just couldn't. Yeah, and then still in high school, we used to go for cross country, the running and everything. And my friends would just tell me, when you run, as a lady, now this is the time your boobs zimeanza kutoka, and then you run and they're bouncy, and you're like, can't you walk? Your boobs are really bouncing. So it really affected me a big way. I avoided anything that would bring up a topic involving my body.
So now you've come to campus and you have a really pretty friend. Did that in a way make you feel like, she's prettier? I feel like maybe my esteem is a bit lower because, guys are approaching her and not me.
Yeah, definitely. Because, I mean, men first love is your outlook. So it really, really made me have a lot of questions. But what I thank God is that I never went to taking pills and everything, just to try and fit in. I just got to terms with, this is who I am. And I'll be loved for who I really am. Yeah.
So you never came to a point where you're like, maybe I should try out some exercises. Maybe I should buy something to maybe cut out my weight or something?
Okay, I really got a lot of advices. I remember even to a point I was like, these kienyeji things that our parents take. So I remember my dad comes and tells me, I have gone to a nutritionist and he's told me when you blend skuma and spinach, then some lemon, and then you take it before you take anything in the morning, 3 weeks you'll be like utakuwa umetone. So me and my obedience, oh my God, and it was really yuck. So from then on I was like, I'll never try anything. And whenever exercise I really tried exercises, but I just think for me I work well with motivation. So yeah, kitoka exercise, you really need people to hold your hand. And I started when I was in campus, I really didn't get it that much. So for me, what I would say now, when this friend of mine alikuwa nakatiwa and everything, finally along the way I got a guy who was interested with me, but I didn't realize, I was just desperate. I think that's actually the word, because my friend at times would tell me I'm going out for dates, and I'm like, wow, when will I ever go for a date? So yeah, it really made me feel so bad. So when this guy came on my way, I just dived, not realizing how toxic it was, but I would just stick there because whatever ran through my mind was, if I get out of here, then who will ever love me for this? But anyway, regardless of how toxic he was, credits to him, because at some point he held my hand and he became a source of motivation. Yeah, we did the exercise together. That was a little while before COVID hit. So when COVID hit, my brother and sister now held my hand better. And now we would do the aerobics and the Zumba at home. Yeah, and I remember they would really laugh at me because I wouldn't do sit-ups, sing inuka. So yeah, they'd really laugh at me to a point that, but they laughed at me, but they were motivating me. So I picked up slowly by slowly. And yeah, at least my clothes spoke to me and showed me that these clothes are becoming baggy, and it just gave me the zeal. So 2 years down the line, that was 2020, 2021, by 2022, I had cut 30 kgs.
Wow. That's really impressive.
So yeah, and for me it was more of dieting and everything. And to date, in as much as I've not hit my targets, I'm supposed to be 55 kgs. Right now I am 60, so I have 5 kgs to tone down to reach my normal BMI. And for me nowadays I just do workouts, more of a lifestyle, and just to manage my anxiety and fitness.
So when you spoke about the relationship being toxic, can you tell us how toxic, in what ways was it toxic?
Toxic. Okay, he was really manipulative. You see, by the time I was getting into this relationship, I was trying to look for a safe space and somewhere how I would feel loved, because I was feeling I'm not even getting the love from home. So he would really do anything to me, he would cheat on me. He would really use my money to a point. He would, oh God, it was just so wide. Yeah, he knew my M-Pesa pins. He knew a lot of things, so he would take even my own cash. Then, without realizing, the time we were coming to part ways, without realizing, he was even taking my parents' numbers and my friends' numbers. So by the time I was coming out, he had tarnished my name to my own parents, to my friends. Yeah, and afterwards when I realized, wow, so even my friends were also involved, that's when I came to realize that he was also cheating on me with my friends, and it was so bad. Yeah.
Did he know that probably your weight issues would make him not leave you? Did he use this as leverage?
Yeah. A lot. He was always like, where will you ever find a guy who will assist you to work out? You're so huge, that really cut so deep. But anyway, for me is I won. For me, I won because I was able to cut the ties with him, no matter how tough it was. And because it really had to involve a lot of people, to a point that his education had to come to an end because of the relationship. And he can no longer get any good conduct because the police were involved. My parents were greatly involved. And anyway, I got to work on myself. And I'm happy.
So at this point, can you say, you're over all this, like all the trauma and past everything that happened before?
Yeah and no. Yes, because let's say I just got my way to maneuver. I just got a way to maneuver through how to handle it when it comes. But it just scratches the wound, and even to date, when somebody tells me that I'm big, in as much as I've come a long way, it hits deep because it's not easy. It's not easy. So I strongly I'm not really for the idea of body shaming anyone, whether huge, whether small. And quite soon I'm really thinking of where I would really bring. For me, it is the girls, because I'm a girl child. So I'm really thinking of where I'd bring these ladies together who are trying to battle with weight, and just start with them step by step, because I know that when you start exercise just has a way of making you happy, boosting your confidence, and managing anxiety.
So is there anything you think that people as a society can do to curb body shaming? Are there things that people are not supposed to tell people, like ukiona mtu anakaa hivi kuna vitu unafai kusema at all, like when you see someone? Do you think that things people can actually avoid?
Just simple things like don't just comment. For me, we are all created differently, so just learn to compliment the beauty of somebody, because I think for me, whatever gave me the confidence, and in as much as I had formed a shell around me, was the fact that somebody would come and tell me, you have a beautiful smile, you have beautiful eyes. That gave me a safe space to be. So rather than somebody coming and telling you, your tummy is big, or your boobs, I I literally, what am I supposed to do anyway?
Yeah.
So just learn to compliment, don't comment aimlessly. Yeah, because some people are not huge because of their lifestyle. Some is because of diseases, and you just cut so deep. Yeah.
So have you met other people who have gone through body shaming?
Yeah, but not a lot. But there's one lady actually right now I'm mentoring. I just feel like her story is more or less like mine, because now for her is more of a double tragedy, because for her she's huge and she's dark, but she's really pretty and smart. But people will just come telling her, unaona ukikonda you'll become a light skin, and
These are just myths.
yeah. Actually, when you get slender, it has a way of brightening your face. Okay. For me, it's a no. And what I just encourage her every time is never go to take pills. Baby, that's one thing I thank God I never went to, the pills, because I know a lot of people who've gone to pills, and I know of somebody who ended up getting cancer because of that, and that was tough. So yeah, I have met several, but the people who've been able to confide in me or with me, I am glad that they are going well. Yeah, and they are trying to do the workouts and everything.
So as we wind up, so what is your message to anyone who's going through body shaming?
First of all, for the she's, it's you're beautiful, and for the he also, because they also go through body shaming. You're handsome and you're worth it. Just get a place. If you're comfortable, start the workouts if you're comfortable. But for me, just don't go to take pills or anything. Just get to know yourself, accept yourself, and don't go somewhere. When I say somewhere, don't enter into a relationship just so that emptiness in you can be filled. It's you to first love yourself, then you'll find somebody to come and add the love on top. That's it.
So thank you so much. I think we have covered the topic on body shaming very nicely. And if you have anything that you would like to add on to the topic, you can comment on the link below. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. We have had so much information from this, and we hope to see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.